Hey guys, we're going live on YouTube right now. Join me. This is Pocket with Joe. Hey guys, a happy Monday. This is Pocket with Joe. It is October 24th. So excited to be here today. We got 6 games on the ice tonight. If you joined me yesterday for Pocket with Joe, we actually did really well yesterday. We hit a lot of our totals. The Sharks went over their team total. They got 3 goals in that one. Didn't expect it. James Reimer came out really strong for them. We were leaning on the under with the Seattle Kraken, the Chicago Blackhawks. Of course, that one didn't come in. That one went nicely over that total, hurt my wallet. We got the Red Wings on the puck line in the first period. We also got the Red Wings for the full game. The Columbus Blue Jackets were able to come out, get over those 2.5 goals. Hey, TJ, thank you for joining me today. I want to say a huge shout out to all of you guys that are always here in the chat, in YouTube and TikTok and Twitter. Hey, Jay, nice to see you here again today. Now, the Islanders and the Panthers, we also got the under 6.5. So it was a decent day on the ice. We got 6 games on the ice today. I'm going to be breaking all 6 of these games down with my leans on these. We're also going to put in the long shot parlay. Remember, you guys, 1, shop your lines, get your best value. You can do that over at Betstamp. Use referral code Madden. And 2, parlays are like lottery tickets. We're not going to win them all. Very hard to win them. The books love when we do parlays. They're just for fun on this show. So let's start by looking at the first game on the board. Now, I'm excited. We've got some 6s actually in these games. Totals are moving down in the right direction. I love to see defensive hockey games. We all like to see those scores, but I'm tired of seeing a 7s. Can the Canucks finally win, TJ? No, I think the Canucks are dead in the water. We'll get to that game in a couple minutes. The first game on the board is the Dallas Stars taking on the Ottawa Senators. Now, I expected Ottinger to come into this game today. Ottinger won't be starting for the Dallas Stars. Wedgwood is now looking like he's expected in goal. Now, I still like Wedgwood. I think we can trust in him in this one. The Dallas Stars are doing so strong defensively. They're only allowing 1.6 goals per game, which is first in the league, but they are allowing that 32.8 shots. I think Wedgwood plays strong enough. Now, the Dallas Stars come in here averaging 4 goals per game. Offensively, both of these teams between the Stars and the Senators have really been lighting up the back of the net. Senators rolling in here hot offensively, averaging the 4.2 goals per game. Now, I also had expected Forsberg to come in for the Ottawa Senators. Helleberg now expected. So this took me from a game where I was leaning on the under because I expected both Ottinger and Forsberg to really stand on their heads tonight and keep this one to be a lower scoring one. To me now questioning if these defenses can hold up. We know the Ottawa Senators defense are allowing 3.2 goals per game, but they're limiting teams to 29.6 shots on goal. Now, this is one that I wish was sitting at a 6.5. It is at a 6. So I'm going to keep this one. Staying with that under, really looking for these defenses to step up. It's going to be a hard one to keep under. Isn't my favorite total on the board? Absolutely not. But if you were leaning towards the under, I'm leaning towards the under with you guys in this one. Now, who is going to win this one? I am wanting to take Dallas. I think Dallas is the overall better team. But this is game 3 of a 4-game road trip. We also look at the Dallas Stars. They have not won one of the last 5 games in Ottawa. They have struggled in Ottawa. Ottawa could pull off this win on home ice in this. So for me, it's a stay off on the side because I really do think the Stars are the better team. The Stars should get the win, but they have struggled in Ottawa. So if you're liking Ottawa tonight, they probably get the win here. Let's look at the next game on the ice here. I just got a question on TikTok. I am never mad when Gabe interrupts me on his show. It is his show for a reason. We all need to hear what Gabe has to say on there. That's a funny one, Jojo. Thank you for asking that question. Now, the next game on the ice is the Washington Capitals taking on the New Jersey Devils. The Devils rolling in here as a favorite. Washington coming in here as a small underdog on the road. We got a total of 6.5. Now, another one where we're not expecting Washington to send out Kemper in this one. Lindgren is confirmed in goal for the Washington Capitals. Now, he is a strong goalie at 3.16 goals against average, but he is the backup to Kemper here. The New Jersey Devils have been hot. Mackenzie Blackwood expected to start for them. Now, Blackwood's coming in with a 2.03 goals against average. He has been strong. The New Jersey Devils, though, are not really like racking up the goals. They're averaging that 2.8 goals per game, but they're getting the shots. They're averaging 39.2 shots on goal. Now, when we look at Lindgren coming in here, I think he has the ability to make the stops, but defense is letting this Washington Capitals team down a little bit, allowing that 3.5, and they're only averaging 3.17. When we look at the defense of the Devils, they are holding opponents to only 21.2 shots on goal and 2.8 goals per game. I've got to go here with the Devils, Jay. I'm with you. I'm with the Devils in this one. I think they come out, play a phenomenal game here out on home ice. We also look at this Devils team on the power kill. They are stopping that power play of their opponents 93.3% of the time. They're just being dominant. Their defense is so solid. Now, the only concern, which I don't think it should be a concern for us, is Washington normally has rolled into New Jersey and won that battle. They've won their last 5 games in New Jersey. But I think we got a strong play on the Devils here. I'm laying the Devils on the money line. I also think with the strength of the defense, with the strength of Mackenzie Blackwood in goal for the New Jersey Devils, we can lean on this under 6.5. I think this is too high. I think this is a 3-2 style game all day long. So it should be a good one, you guys. I'm excited for this one for sure. Marvin, I want to give a shout out. Thank you for everyone for being here on YouTube. You guys that are on Twitter and TikTok, hi to you guys too. Thank you so much. Let's look at the next game on the board. We have the Pittsburgh Penguins taking on the Edmonton Oilers. Now, this one is a high total of 7. I still absolutely love it to this over. We look at this Pittsburgh Penguins team. They are on fire offensively, averaging 5.2 goals per game. First in the league for shots on goal. They're getting 39.8 shots on goal on average per game. Now, Tristan Jarry has been phenomenal in goal for them. He's a fantastic goaltender, only allowing 2.02 goals per game. And defense is holding opponents to 35 shots on goal, but 2.2 goals only. Now, the Edmonton Oilers, we know there is still question marks for this team, goaltending and defense-wise. We really all thought with Jack Campbell coming in here, we wouldn't be having the same conversation of what are the Edmonton Oilers going to do about their goaltending issues. Now, I do expect Jack Campbell to become more in rhythm, I guess, with his team. He's a good goalie, but here in Edmonton on the season, he's got a 3.81 goals against average. The Edmonton Oilers are allowing these shots, allowing 32.8 shots on goal per game and 3.4 shots the defense is, or goals the defense is allowing. Now, Edmonton, we know the power. We know they've got an elite offense. They're only averaging 3.2 goals per game. They got shut out last time versus the St. Louis Blues. I think we see a bounce back. I think we see Connor McDavid come out really strong. Vander Kane, Draisaitl, the whole crew of the Edmonton Oilers playing strong offensively. I think this is an easy number to the over on the 7. I know we hate to say easy overs, but these two teams have such firepower offenses. I cannot see this one staying under the number. And I know we need to get some adjustments. Defenses need to stand up. But until Jack Campbell proves himself in a net for the Edmonton Oilers and until this defense really shows us that they can stop their opponents, I'm looking at the overs when I look at Edmonton games. Now, off that shutout, I'm looking for Edmonton to just come in firing here. And then we can look at the Pittsburgh Penguins. Between Brian Rust and Sidney Crosby, this team is on fire as well. I'd be shocked if this one does not go over that total of 7. I'd be looking at, you can look at Sidney Crosby for an anytime goal, his shots on goal, points and assists, as well as Connor McDavid. Connor McDavid shots on goal, I've got the over 3.5 at minus 120, 122. Again, shop those lines over at Betstamp. Referral code Madden. Get your best value there. The Penguins. With the Penguins allowing 35 shots on goal defensively, we can expect Connor McDavid to get those 4 shots on goal at least tonight. He was limited in the last game versus St. Louis Blues, held to those 2 shots on goal. The 3 before that versus, who was he versing? Calgary, Buffalo, and Carolina. He got 4 shots on goal in each of those. I think what we'll see out of him tonight is a nice big night. So give me him over and give me the game over. And I don't want to take a side in this one, you guys. I'm kind of just going to sit on the fence and see who can pull it out. I think Edmonton off of that shutout is going to be kind of deadly here. The last time out, Edmonton did win this. This was last April. They would have won it 5-1 in that one. The next game on the board is the St. Louis Blues taking on the Winnipeg Jets. Now, St. Louis coming in here as a favorite on the road, only slight favorites here. On the money line, we have a total that has dropped from 6.5 down to 6. So glad to see these 6s. Now, Binghamton, I expected Binghamton in goal again this morning. Of course, the morning skates happen. I cannot pronounce his name right. Gris is expected in goal. Now, you spell his name Griss. Trying to say it right. Hellebuck is expected for the Winnipeg Jets. Now, Hellebuck is rolling in here strong. I think he's an underrated goalie too, you guys. We look at Hellebuck for the Winnipeg Jets, and you don't think elite, but he is still holding teams so far this season to 2.75 goals against him. Now, the St. Louis Blues defense has been so powerful so far this season. They've played less games than most teams. This is only their 4th game here. They're only allowing 1.67 goals per game and holding opponents to 27.7 shots on goal. Now, offensively, they are getting the points on the board as well with 3.67 goals per game. Vladimir Tarasenko has been absolutely phenomenal. We can get his over 2.5 shots on goal tonight. It's a little juiced at minus 135. You can also get Ryan O'Reilly's. I really like his shots on goal tonight as well. Both of those players for the St. Louis Blues. Now, St. Louis they've won their last 3. They're rolling in here so hot. With Binghamton in, I would have been way more confident in this one, taking the St. Louis Blues here straight up. I'm kind of a little wary now without Binghamton. He's just so good, and the defense has been so good. I still think the St. Louis Blues can get the win. I love them in the first period. Like, if you take the St. Louis Blues in the first period on that puck line at minus 0.5, you're getting beautiful plus money. It was plus 180, plus 172 on some books. I've seen it gone down to plus 160 on others. So there's still so much value. We look at the St. Louis Blues in the first period in their last 4 games. They have won every single one of those. So I'm looking for them to come out, cover that puck line. I think there's value even at plus 150 if you're getting it at that. There's still value taking the St. Louis Blues here. Now, in the last 4 matchups between these two, the Winnipeg Jets did win 3 of those last season. So I'm a little leery. What I think the best bet is to look at, even though we have the backup in for Binghamton, I still think this is a lower scoring game. I think we can count on this under 6. I think this is a 3-2 style game for the St. Louis Blues, with the Blues getting up in that first period. Kyle Connor for the Winnipeg Jets is going to have to come out, play some nice, hard, tough hockey for this Winnipeg Jets team to get the win. I just don't see it happening here. The next game on the board, we have the Toronto Maple Leafs taking on the Vegas Golden Knights. Now, this game is in Vegas, with Vegas coming in as the slight dog. You guys all know I love a dog here at home. Can Vegas pull this out? I think they probably can. Logan Thompson expected in goal for them. He has a 2.3 goals against average. Samsonov expected for the Toronto Maple Leafs. He's been elite as well with a 1.73 goals against average. Now, both these teams are getting the goals, both averaging over 3 goals per game. I like what Toronto has been able to do of limiting the shots on goal, and they're holding opponents to 2.5 goals per game. And Vegas has been allowing only 2.17. So both these teams defensively have been really strong so far. What I'm going to look at is the under again. I think we have a lower scoring night. I know when we look at the weekend overall that we had some really high scoring games, but I don't see them coming in this one. In the last 4 meetings between these two teams, we did see the under hit in 3 of those. Austin Matthews for the Leafs, I know he is absolutely phenomenal. He's looking to come out and have a strong game. I would look at his points and assists tonight for sure. But I think this is a game where defenses really step up between these two. I'm looking for a lower scoring one. This one could go to overtime. And if it does go to overtime, I do expect the Vegas Golden Knights to win this one. It's going to be a great game. The last game on deck tonight, we've had no goalie changes here. I'm happy to hear about it, is we have the Carolina Hurricanes taking on the Vancouver Canucks. Now, I know that I was rooting against my Calgary Flames in the last game versus the Carolina Hurricanes. The Calgary Flames came out and showed me why I'm a Flames fan, getting the win here or at home in OT against the Carolina Hurricanes. Now, I found a really interesting stat on the Hurricanes. Off an overtime game, in their next game, following that OT, they've covered the puck line each and every time in those last 4. Right now, the money line is high for the Carolina Hurricanes. So I think it's a great opportunity to take them on that puck line with beautiful plus money. Right now, I'm getting plus 180 at minus 1.5 for the Canes on the puck line for the full game. I think they come out strong here. They got Frederik Andersen, their main goalie. So when I had first put in my bets in the last game, Frederik Andersen was expected. Ranta ended up coming in. Frederik Andersen in this game will come out strong. Now, I know the storyline. Everyone and their dog is telling me that the Vancouver Canucks are due for the win. Vancouver has to finally get a win. Well, I don't care if they're due. You know, you watch so many things and you can say they're due. Someone's due, but this Vancouver Canucks team is playing terrible hockey, especially defensively. We look at them, and yes, they started off with a 5-game road trip. They lost. They got blown out of the water by the Buffalo Sabres. Now, Buffalo had to go, and they beat Edmonton and then Calgary and then the Vancouver Canucks. So watch out for Buffalo. When you're looking at the next 3 games for them, they have 3 pretty easy games. So keep that in mind, who they beat. This is it might be a tricky spot scheduling wise for some of those, but we'll break it down on the other shows. But they don't play tonight. But look at the Vancouver Canucks. They lost 5-1 to the Buffalo Sabres after the Buffalo Sabres had to play both Alberta teams. So I'm looking at this as I don't think the Canucks get the win tonight. I'll be shocked if they do. They don't have the stronger goalie. They've got Demko expected. He's got a 4.24 goals against average. This team defensively is allowing 4.5 goals per game. They're only averaging 2.67. We have the Carolina Hurricanes strong overall, both sides of the puck, averaging 3.4 goals per game and only allowing that 2.4. This team is off that overtime loss. I think they come in here, they bounce back, have a phenomenal game, cover the puck line, and get us beautiful plus money. So in this one, I'm taking the Carolina Hurricanes minus 1.5 on the puck line at plus 180. I'm also going to look at the Canucks team total under 2.5 at plus 130. I don't see them scoring on Frederik Andersen and this defense here. They can't bounce back and have such a solid game. I don't care if they're at home, if they're on the moon with extra players on the ice. I don't see it happening here in this one. So let's do a quick recap, everyone. I want to thank you guys all for joining me here on Pocket with Joe. Big sis Lisa, thank you for being here every single day. And yes, I'm going to put that parlay together. Just give me 1 second. And thank you. Yeah, if everyone could hit that like button, I would 100% appreciate it. So let's go ahead and make this parlay here because I'm nervous about some of these sides, but I will give you my sides and I will give you my best safer parlay. So let's do the long shot parlay with sides, and then we'll do the safer parlay. And first, I'm going to recap all of these things that I like today. So for myself, between the Dallas Stars and the Ottawa Senators, I think I'm still going to stay with the under 6 in this game. This is one of those games where I don't absolutely love it. I'm then going to take the New Jersey Devils straight up on the money line to get the win, and the under 6.5 in that game. Pittsburgh Penguins and the Edmonton Oilers, I'm flying over that total of 7. I'm going to look at Connor McDavid for his shots on goal over 3.5. I'm also going to look at Sidney Crosby and Brian Rust for their shots on goal over as well. The St. Louis Blues and the Winnipeg Jets, I'm going to take the under in this one, the under 6. I'm going to take Vladimir Tarasenko over 2.5 shots on goal and Ryan O'Reilly over 2.5 shots on goal. And the St. Louis Blues, I'm going to take in the first period on that puck line at minus 0.5 at plus 172. Between the Toronto Maple Leafs and the Vegas Golden Knights, I'm going to take the under 6.5. Between Carolina and Vancouver, give me Carolina all day, twice on Sunday on that puck line for that beautiful plus 180. And then the Canucks team total under 2.5. And I think you can lean on the full game under 6.5. So let's put together the long shot parlay money line, who I would pick straight up to win. At the end of the day, between Dallas and Ottawa, I've got to roll with Dallas. I think they're the more complete team with the better defense, and I trust in Wedgwood. So give me the Dallas Stars. My only concern is their struggles in Ottawa. They need to break that trend. Between the Washington Capitals and the New Jersey Devils, I'm taking the Devils straight up on the money line. Easy one for me. Better not let me down. Now, the Pittsburgh Penguins and the Edmonton Oilers, hate to say it, hate to say it. Give me the Edmonton Oilers here at home to keep rolling or to start rolling off that loss. The St. Louis Blues and the Winnipeg Jets, I'm going to take the St. Louis Blues here on the money line. Toronto and Vegas, I'm going to hit Vegas, the home dog, on the money line. And then Carolina and Vancouver, I'm going to take Carolina. So the long shot parlay on the money line, I haven't put this in yet, you guys. I just did this with you. The Dallas Stars, the New Jersey Devils, the Edmonton Oilers, the St. Louis Blues, the Vegas Golden Knights, and the Carolina Hurricanes. Let's do the long shot or the safer parlay. What I like best in all of these. So we'll start at the top again between Dallas and Ottawa. You guys, we're going to leave them out of our parlay. I don't love this game. Just leave it out. We've got backup goalies. We have Dallas struggling in Ottawa. We're going to leave it out of that parlay. We're going to take between the New Jersey Devils and the Washington Capitals. We're going to take the Devils. I think they are safe to play here. Between the Pittsburgh Penguins and the Edmonton Oilers, we're going to take the over 7. Between the St. Louis Blues and the Winnipeg Jets, the best play here is St. Louis in the first period. Now, I love them on the puck line for a full independent bet. For this parlay, just take them in that first period on that money line. Between Toronto and Vegas tonight, I have to roll with the under 6.5 for my best play in this. And then between Carolina and Vancouver, I've got to go with Carolina here on the money line for the parlay. And you guys know for the regular bet, it's Carolina on that puck line at minus 1.5 at plus 180. But you guys, thank you so much for joining me here on Pocket with Joe. I appreciate each and every one of you. It's nice to see people coming in that I haven't seen since last hockey season coming back here. So appreciate each and every one of you for joining me on YouTube, TikTok, and Twitter. So it's great. It really is. Yeah, I hope the Canucks do what they always do, live at the Canes. Yeah, we've seen the Canucks get up and then just let everything go, JPZ here. It's just not good for these Canucks, and I hope they lose this one tonight. I'll be very shocked if they pull out the win. They probably get their win in Seattle in their next game. I believe that is in a couple of days here. I can see them rolling in there, but lots of games on the board tomorrow. So I will be back here tomorrow at 3:30 Eastern, you guys, on TikTok, YouTube, and Twitter. Oh, and Facebook. So make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss out on any of my content, especially at YouTube. I do videos all day long. There's lots of free plays and everything like that. You can check it out on Twitter as well. Thanks, you guys, for joining me here. Have a great day. Keep smiling, and let's make some friends.